Zach's Screen of the Week, an overview of a timely stock screening strategy aimed at helping you produce more profitable investing results. Well, this week we're screening for consolidation patterns and future breakouts with Kevin Matras, our top stock screener, who's going to explain all of that to us in language I'm sure that everyone can understand. I'm going to be paying the most attention here.
Get a dictionary.
Most of your screens focus on fundamental analysis, generally speaking, but today you're going to give us some technical speak, some technical analysis on specifically chart consolidation patterns. What are those?
Well, a consolidation pattern, very simply, is just really a pause in the price action. It's an area of indecision, and you see a lot of sideways trading. Now, different chart patterns can be classified into two distinct categories. You have continuation patterns, and you have reversal patterns. A continuation pattern will generally continue the direction of the previous trend. So if the market was in an uptrend and then it goes off into a sideways trading pattern, once the market breaks out, it should break out to the upside. Likewise, if the trend was down, the ensuing breakout should be to the downside, hence the name continuation pattern. A reversal pattern does just what it says. If the trend was up, when the breakout comes, it usually will reverse it and go down. If the trend was down, it'll reverse it and break out to the upside. Now, all of these different patterns usually have different names. So you'll have something like a symmetrical triangle, an ascending triangle, head and shoulders, rectangles, all of this stuff. But the one thing they all have in common is, as I said at the top, these are areas of indecision. The market is trading sideways and it is looking for catalyst in order to break out meaningfully in either direction, higher or lower.
So might earnings season be one of those catalysts?
Yeah, you know, there's a ton of catalysts out there, and it can be one of several things, but there's always a built-in catalyst with earnings season, and that is what makes today's screen very appropriate. The important thing to know, though, is that with if you understand what the chart pattern implies, yes, this is a bullish pattern, this is a bearish pattern, you can get yourself positioned in these stocks, and you can properly position yourself for when these catalysts finally come. And so if you believe that, hey, everything looks good fundamentally, I have a bullish chart pattern, I'm waiting for these earnings and you're expecting good things, you can get yourself positioned in this stock, and when you finally do get this bullish catalyst that you're looking for, you can be positioned for the explosive move that usually comes.
So one of your favorite consolidation patterns is the symmetrical triangle pattern. Right? Like, I understand what that means. But you talk about it in your recent book, too, finding number one stock.
Yeah, a symmetrical triangle, you know, it basically just looks like a right-sided triangle. In fact, I have an illustration right here. And this is one of my favorite patterns. Usually you'll see a triangle have 4 points, but it can have 6 points, 8 points, but there has to be at least 4 points to be able to make a triangle. The science behind this pattern, though, is pretty simple. As I said, you know, the market is moving higher or lower if it's a downtrend, but the market has moved. It has finally slowed down a bit, and what's happening is that each attempt to move higher is met with selling. Each attempt to move lower is met with buying. So what you'll see here is you have a series of lower highs. That's the top end of the triangle. And then you have a series of higher lows. That's the bottom end of the triangle. And typically what will happen is, as you're moving into the narrow part of the triangle, once you get to that apex, usually it coincides with a catalyst, and then you'll see the market break out in either direction.
And you can use the Research Wizard to screen for these?
Yeah, you can screen for these types of patterns, all different types of patterns, but we actually have this screen built into the Research Wizard. But if you were to, let's say, build a pattern on your own, all you really have to do at the very, very beginning is define how big of a pattern do you want to see. And by defining how big of a pattern, you say to yourself, how long do I want it to take to see this pattern form? A 1-month pattern, a 2-month pattern, a 3-month pattern, whatever. Once you have defined the length of your pattern, then you can start putting in the logic behind it. And here's the logic for a 3-month symmetrical triangle pattern.
All right.
So the first parameter is I am looking for the moving high over the last 90 days to be greater than the moving high over the last 60 days. Specifically, what it's looking for is this. I am finding stocks whose high price between 90 and 60 days ago is greater than the high price from 60 to 30 days ago. This means the first high, 0.1 as you see in this chart, will be higher than the second high, which is 0.3 in this chart. And this creates, as I said earlier, the top part of the pattern. Okay? Yep. Now comes the bottom part of the pattern. I want the moving low over the last 90 days to be less than the moving low over the last 30 days. This will find stocks whose low price within the last 90 to 60 days is lower than the low price from 30 days ago. This means that the first low, 0.2 of this pattern, right, is going to be lower than 0.4 of the pattern. This creates the bottom of the pattern.
Got it.
Now, to make sure I am looking for patterns that are near the high point of their recent price action, I'll oftentimes add in this last parameter. Check it out. I want the high price over the last 150 days to be less than the moving high over the last 90 days. Once again, this means the high price within the last 150 to 90 days will be lower than the high price within 90 to 60 days ago. In short, it helps me find stocks where the pattern is forming near the top of the pattern, and this way I'm putting a lot of really good chart patterns on my radar screen. Now I do want to say, not every single stock that comes through is going to look like a perfectly formed symmetrical triangle, but it puts a lot of great consolidation patterns on your radar screen. A lot of them do look like fantastic symmetrical triangles, and that is what you're trying to do with the screen.
All right, stocks that came through.
Yeah, there was a bunch of stocks that came through. Here's 5 of them. You have Edwards Life Sciences, the Ensign Group, MDC Partners, Valiant Pharmaceuticals, and WGL Holdings. All of these companies are in very nice consolidation patterns, and to boot, they all have great fundamentals because they all have a Zacks rank of a 1 or a 2.
All right, do you own any, by the way?
No, I don't.
All right, have to ask you that. Almost forgot. If you want to read about this week's screen and all of the parameters that go into it, then by all means, if you're not there already, go to our homepage, Zacks.com, because that is where you'll find the text version of Kevin's Screen of the Week dealing with what we just talked about here. And if you want to find out more about the Research Wizard, that program that I asked Kevin about here about midway through this piece, that's the backtesting tool that Kevin uses to achieve all of these screens, then Zacks.com/researchwizard is the place to go on the wide open web. With Kevin Matras and the Screen of the Week, I'm Terry Ruffalo.